Hello everybody, welcome to Been My Pleasure. My name is JC. Joining me today is my pixelated friend,
Hector.
And Hector is going to give us a little bit of feedback on how his weekend was.
Pretty good, pretty long. It's been a longer week. Super Bowl descended, so it was really busy, but I'm glad they're gone, you know?
I see how that can be. We had a lot of guests here in the Valley of the Sun to see the Super Bowl. Many of them were very pleasurable and amicable. There were a few people that were not so much. In fact, I had a report from a mutual friend of ours from another establishment that said that she was downright pissed at some of the people that came in during the Super Bowl.
I can only imagine. Yeah.
Did not bring their photo IDs.
Yeah.
And thought that they were going to be able to be served alcohol in this state. Apparently they weren't aware of how stringent it is here.
Seattle.
Seattle people. Hector, Super Bowl was busy for you. Was there anything about the week that really got under your skin that you'd like to get off your chest?
The fact that folks just kept coming in, no matter what, sitting themselves. I just don't know where people learn these manners. I mean, would you do that at your mom's house? I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really bother me that much, but I don't know. Just wait 2 minutes. A little host will come and seat you, tell you what's going on, play by the happy hour, so you don't have to bother us. I don't know. That was just enough for me.
All right. It sounded like you were so busy. The big thing was people were coming in and messing up the order of the system.
Oh, yeah.
We're extremely busy like that. And a little background, you're currently at a casual dining experience. I know we worked together in the past. Another one of my coworkers from the past, from a corporately owned casual family dining restaurant. Everybody wants to get served, as you said, and we want to serve them. There's a method to our madness. When we're trying to organize party sizes into the appropriate places. For example, if one guest or a guest of two come and arrive at the restaurant and they get set in one place, and a guest of two arrive at another restaurant, and then a party of 16 arrives, then we need to set the party of 16 where we're going to set them, and then set the next guest back with one of those servers that is dealing with one of the guests of two, kind of thing, to kind of balance out the restaurant. Imagine the restaurant's on a giant pivot, and the whole thing needs to be balanced there. That's what it's like for you hosts at home. Make sure that you're not just going 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure that you're balancing out the number of guests within the restaurant. And for you guests at home watching, make sure you adhere to the seating schedule, especially when they have multiple hosts on, to do that, because of what he said. If you sit yourself, your service is probably going to be detrimentally impacted because you're going to be low prioritized, as I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
When you arrive and my friend Hector is dealing with 5 other tables, and then you come in and sit down on a dirty table too, I presume.
Oh, yeah.
So it can be pretty bad. Want to let you know real fast, we are broadcasting today live via recorded message from the attic. We're mixing it up today. We're not going to show you the mountains. Camelback Mountain is the scene you normally see behind us. But I noticed that when it's bright and sunny like this, it was overcast the first couple times we were here, and the camera picture was really good. With the camera I have, I've still been experiencing technical difficulties with it, so I'm looking into something new anyways. But I realized that we would film better if we filmed in the shade, towards the shade. So what you see behind me is the dining area of the attic, which will be open here in about an hour. So we're going to expedite through these as quickly as possible. This has been about maybe 3.5 minutes. Let me extend it for 1 more minute here before we move on to our next segment with Hector. Hector, normally on the Monday Moan, people really let it off their chest. You don't sound like you're too upset. You just realized something bothered you and you were low-key about it. Back on track. And that's exactly what people like to see in servers. I know that's what I like to see with my coworkers, so that when things go negatively at the restaurant, there's little downtime, the regroup happens right away, and you're right back on the floor. But let me ask you something, and maybe this will get under your skin. How do you feel about hot tea?
Oh my goodness. Not much makes me madder than hot tea. No, because the thing is, my current restaurant no longer has hot tea holders. So once they chug their 3-ounce coffee mug, I have to run back there with my 9 other tables. It's terrible. It's Arizona. Why do you need hot tea? It's 84 degrees out.
You can't see it because his face is pixelated, but he's giving you these looks. Why? What's wrong? Who does that? Yes, coffee drinkers are similar. I'm just threw that out there to get a reaction out of them. But here's the thing, guests at home, when your servers are dealing with the sheer volume of guests that we have, a hot tea or a hot coffee is an unusual item to carry, in so much as, let's say you're carrying 2 or 3 glasses in a casual dining concept in your hands. So you have 2 or 3 here, and maybe 1 or 2 in here, or maybe even some people I know can do 6. I can't do 6. But then all of a sudden you throw in a saucered item, so now you can't deliver nearly as many items. You can't simultaneously run food. And in a casual dining experience, you're expected to do all of those things. You don't have somebody designated to bring food out to the table with only one person coordinating the event as your server, or your dining experience concierge, as I like to say.
And truthfully, I mean, it doesn't bother me at all whatsoever. But I just ask for your patience. That's all it is. I mean, I can carry 6 orders at a time, but the tea comes with a couple other things. Takes a little while to warm up. Just be a little patient. That's all I ask for.
There you go. Well, Hector, it doesn't sound like you had very much to complain about today, and I appreciate that. I'm glad you're in a good way. So we're going to wrap this up really quickly. My friends, we have 2 more segments with Hector. If you would like to hear what he has to say, we're going to answer a letter from a guest, I should say, and we're going to ask you about any tips and advice you might have for gratuities to other servers. Yeah, and you're ready to do that. So if that's something you'd like to hear in the future, by all means, click on my pixelated friend's face to subscribe to this channel. And we'll be back in a little bit to talk about that in a couple days. If you enjoyed this content, give us a thumbs up, and if you did not, give us a thumbs down. Until next time, my name is JC. It's been my pleasure.